Hello and welcome to Piano Shack with me, Woody. Today I'd like to compare these two, the KORG MONOLOGUE, had to check there, and the NOVATION Bass Station 2. Now at the end of the video I'll give you a quick comparison of the features and the capabilities of these two, but first I want to play them for you back to back so you can judge yourselves which is the fattest. Okay, let's try a different preset, at random, basically. Pretty fat! Okay, a lead sound, we'll try and find something a bit similar. I could dial it up, of course, but then we'd be here all day. Not bad. Interesting, yeah, very interesting. Well, I think so. Well, I don't know about you, but I thought that was pretty inconclusive. The Monologue had it sometimes and the bass station had it others, but both can sound monstrously fat. That was pretty awesome. I hope you agree. Okay, why don't we talk about some of the fundamental differences between these two? If you didn't know, both are analog. Yes, pure analog with some digital control, I suppose, because they both have presets, but an analog mono synth. You can play one note at the same time, just like a mini Moog. There are some key differences though. First, we need to talk about the price. This one is about half the price. This is a $300 synth, whereas this one is $500. Fit and finish, this is mini keys. These are full size keys, but you get 2 octaves on both. This is slightly more compact. I love that this one has the aluminium front panel. Feels really nice, cool to the touch, just feels premium. We've got the wooden back, just like on the MONOLOGUE as well. This one is entirely made of plastic, but solid plastic. Both of these are really solid, and the feeling of the knobs is absolutely superb on both, as are the switches. And I love that this one has a big filter knob. This one is definitely more capable than this. This is 2 oscillators with a sub, whereas this is just 2 oscillators. I was going to say 1, but no, 2 oscillator synth, 2 oscillator synth with sub, so 3 oscillators on this one. You don't get the one-to-one controls that you get here though. You have to toggle between the 2 oscillators and then dial them in. This is much more hands-on and friendly, I think. Same for the oscillator, start again. Same for the envelopes. This one has 2 or 3 sets of envelopes, 2 I think, and you can flick between them, whereas this one only has 1 envelope, but at least you don't have to fiddle around flicking between the different envelopes. Sometimes limited is easier. You get 1 filter type here on the Monologue. Sounds excellent. It's an analog filter, just like we have here, but here we can choose different modes of the filter. You can choose different slopes, 24 dB, 12 dB, I think 6 dB is in there as well. I can't see at the moment, unfortunately, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, much more flexible filter here. You can even adjust the drive going into the filter for some nice saturation. And both of these have a global overdrive knob as well, which is pretty cool. But that is basically the only effects you get. There's no reverb, delays, chorus, or anything else. So the sounds you were hearing today were completely unprocessed as they are coming out of the synthesizer, but it still sounds pretty incredible, I think. Other things I'm seeing as we compare, this one's got a nice big friendly LED screen where I can clearly see the numbers. This one has a tiny thumbnail sized screen which shows an oscilloscope at times, which is pretty but not so useful. We have a quite nice wiggly pitch stick here, almost like a whammy bar. Feels really nice sliding that up and down. Here on the bass station you get traditional illuminated pitch bend mod wheels. So yeah, it is 2 sets of envelopes here. You can have amp, modulation envelope, and then both of them combined, and 4 sliders, which is a pretty nice way to control envelopes, I think. ADSR. On this one, you just get attack and then some kind of hybrid decay release thing. No sustain. But I've seen some nice demonstrations of this, and despite it seeming quite limited at first glance, this envelope is pretty powerful, and you can even use the LFO as a one-shot, one-cycle envelope as well, and route it to the filter, pitch, and so on. Both of these also are touch sensitive. I think this one even responds to aftertouch. Let's try that. Maybe not with that sound. Oh yeah, yes, definitely got that little notch. I didn't realize it was an aftertouch keyboard as I was doing my demos, but you have to lean into it quite a lot. It's got quite a distinct feeling as you activate the aftertouch. But quite responsive, yeah, I like that. Filter mouth, sorry. I can see we have LFO1 and LFO2, this one just LFO. Both of these have step sequences, but implemented quite differently. On this one we have 16 steps, and you can see on the front We have 16 buttons to represent the 16 steps for easy editing. You don't get any of that here, but it is, I think, a 64 step, so you get more steps to play with, but there are some other important differences. On this one, you cannot record automation of the controls, only the note information on each step. But a little bit different on the Monologue. Monologue, I always forget what to say, but here you can record, for example, filter changes for every step or slowly modulate parameters as you're recording. Incredible, and you can have 4 of those different lanes going on at once. But this one does have a trick up its sleeve with the sequences. Before we get there though, one other thing to note. This one has like 100 presets and 100 user presets, something like that. Don't remember the exact number, but the sequence is stored with each preset. So you can have hundreds of sequences. Not so here, you have 4 global sequences that you can use with any of the 100 or so presets we have on board. Yes, the trick up its sleeve on this one is that there is a special Aphex Twins mode. This is extremely quick to change patches. So what you can do is create a sequence, a step sequence, and actually change the preset for every single step of the sequence. So a man only, or a woman, only needs one analog monosynth, right? I need to decide which of these will be kept, and which of these will be going. I can't decide. I thought this little video would help me to make up my mind, but I thought both sounded fantastic. Leaning a little bit towards this one. This is a much more competent synthesizer, don't get me wrong, but I like the form factor. Slightly more compact here. And I like the sequencer, but yeah, the jury's out. This one I think sounds better. And as I said, more capable. Let me know in the comments which you would keep and which you think I should keep. And why don't I play you a few presets before we sign out, and I'll use some of the sequences so you can hear those in action. I see also we have an arpeggiator here, which we don't have here. You just have to use the sequencer, but you can hear it's kind of a little bit basic here. Let's check this out in comparison, just randomly here. Maybe not always entirely pleasant, but you get the idea. Let's listen to a few more. Yeah, you get the idea. Wow, what a cool little synth this is. Well, both of them are. Well, that's pretty much it for today. Thanks in advance for subscribing to the channel. Many more videos with these to come. So I'll see you then. Cheerio.